Hey team, we've got a little bit of a flow here for hips, all right, to help open up the hips and also a few stretches in there as well. So we can start with a couple seated. So if you're sitting on your chair, then you're going to take the right leg and you're going to open it up a little bit wider. You're going to inhale and you're going to find some length to come forward. And then we're going to exhale and come on back up. So if it's the right leg that's out, you're going to inhale to kind of find some length over that right leg. And coming back up. Inhale, big breath in, exhaling, gently bring that forward over the right leg. Let's just do that one more time. Inhaling to come up, exhaling to sink over the right leg. And then we can do the same thing on the other side. So we'll come back to center. We'll open the left leg up a little bit more. You're going to turn the torso a little bit so that we're going to be going over the left leg now. All right, making sure we're breathing. Go for that exhale, inhaling to come back up. We'll go again. Big breath in, exhaling to come over. You can have your hands on the chair, wherever suits. If they're on the leg, just careful that you're not pressing on your knee. We've got one more here. And then we will come back to center. And we're going to bring it up. You can use your chair or if there's a wall nearby to hold on to. We're going to bring the knee up. We're going to make a big circle with the knee, out and down. You could try and go for the balance as well. Try and go slow. Okay, so you're trying to draw the biggest circle that you possibly can draw with your knee. And you want to try and keep your torso facing forward. So try not to let it turn with it. Try and keep the body facing forward. And then, of course, we want to reverse the circle and go the other way. Again, keeping things nice and slow. All right, try not to rush it. It's okay if it's not as big of a circle every single time. You're just working towards trying to make that as big as you can. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So feel free to just turn around. But we'll draw a nice big circle with the knee on that side. Go for a few breaths in and out as well. Try and stay lifted up out of that supporting leg. We can possibly start to sink down into that hip. Try and stay lifted out of it. If we haven't reversed the circle already, let's go for that reverse now. Again, trying to get as big of a circle as we can. Let's go for one more. Then we can release. We're going to bring it down onto the floor now. Leave this here in case I need it. So our 90-90, okay? So meaning like we have a 90-degree angle at the knee on both legs, okay? You'll face this way. All right, and we can have the hands come in behind us as we rotate from one side to the next. You can also try and do this without having the hands on the floor. You could keep them off. That'll be a little bit more challenging. So feel free to try both. If we're really collapsing with having the hands off the floor, then I would say keep the hands on the ground for now. But just like anything, the more we do something, generally over time, it'll become less challenging. So finishing off that last kind of back and forth, we'll finish with, let's go left leg in front, right leg is behind. And we're going to think about going for some internal rotation. So we're going to try and lift our foot up off the floor. I'm sure you'll feel the glute kick in here. And we're trying to just get this internal rotation for the hip, with the hip going inwards. Okay? You may need to be having your hands on your leg or on the floor for support. We'll do that 5-6 times, and then we're going to go for external rotation. So your right foot's going to stay on the floor. We're going to open up that right knee up towards the ceiling. So now that hip is having to go outwards externally. Again, we can go for about 5 or so there. And then something we could try, if you're up for it, feel free to just stay with either of those options, but we could try and lift the whole leg up off the floor now. Okay? And then you gently bring it back down. Try and lift that whole leg up off the floor. If you really want to get fancy, you could try and lift the leg up off the floor, bring it all the way out in front, and then bring it back. These are all just options, okay? And now we'll flip it and we'll go to the other side. So starting with the left leg now, internal rotation. So we're trying to rotate the hip inwards, trying to lift that foot up off the floor. I know for myself, my left side isn't able to get as high as the right. So I'd have a restriction, some tightness. So yeah, I can just make note of maybe how one side feels compared to the other. You could try the external as well. So that's with the foot on the floor. We're trying to open that knee up and down. And make sure we have the hands on the floor for support, or I mean, you could always, even if you have like your chair, something, give you that bit of support, bit of stability. And then we can try and go for the whole leg, lifting and lowering. Out of the way. Okay. If you want to try the spicier version, lifting, bringing it out in front and back. Maybe we try one more time. Okay, great. Good, okay. So a few options now. We're gonna go for a little bit of like a side lunge. So I'm gonna show you with holding on to a chair, okay? And this is where we'll have ourselves in that squat, but we're gonna extend one leg out to the side. If I were to show you, without having a chair in front of me, one of these. Okay, so some of us might be okay to be here without any support. Some of us will want to hold on to something. Some of us may want to have something underneath your bum, okay, to sit on. So I know last time I think I have a video where I've got like a medicine ball underneath there, but you could have something like that you have at home to put underneath. And then from here, we're going to bring it down, okay? You're going to bring the knee, it's going to come in and up. We're going to come up, okay, lifting up out of it, back down, knee's going to come in and up. So feel free to stay with that version where we're getting the knee to go in and out. Some of us might be feeling okay to come up. Some of us will be okay to come all the way forward into this like half frog position, okay? And then you could do a few rocks back and forth here. We can, last version could be to come forward from this position and go all the way back into that Cossack squat here. Knee in, up, help yourself come forward. You should be definitely feeling a stretch in that inner thigh. We're going to try the other side. So why don't we start in the tabletop position, extending the other leg out now. We can just start with this rocking kind of motion. This might be where we want to stay, okay? For those of us that feel okay to bring it back, you can come into that leg extended and the other knee bent. We could go for that little internal rotation and external. Bring ourselves up. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we come all the way forward. I just feel things out there. So whichever version you're in, whether we're like this, we've got the knee in and out, we could even just stay here. Knee in and out, hold there. We'll definitely work the rotation. Okay. Excellent. So after that, we will bring it down onto our backs. We're going to finish here. So first version is a figure 4 stretch. So where you're crossing one leg over the other, and we can pick the legs up off the floor, reach the hands through, and gently send that knee out, foot flexed. The other leg can relax. A good few breaths there. Just kind of gently drawing the legs in towards you. We're going to go for a half happy baby pose as well. So we can release the leg. We'll grab hold of, so I have my right foot here. We'll just send that knee out kind of towards like the armpit. The other leg, you can keep the knee bent, or you could straighten it out along the floor, whatever suits. And then we will switch. So now I'm going to cross the left leg over, gently lift the feet up off the floor, reach my hands through, try and just gently send that left knee out to the side, flexing the ankle. I'm feeling a good stretch in the glute there. And then we can release and we'll go into that half happy baby. So I'm now taking the outside of my left foot, drawing that knee kind of towards the armpit. Right leg could stay bent, or we could extend it out along the floor. Nice deep breaths while we're there. Then we can release and just go for a full big stretch up overhead. Maybe bring the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock side to side. There we go. Thank you.